To introduce to you the principal for Paarl School of Skills, Mr. Matawani, and his business leader, Charles Smedley from Absa Bank. You're welcome. Give him a round of applause.
The partnership is between Paarl School of Skills and Absa Bank. Absa Bank is represented by Mr. Charles Smedley, Paarl School of Skills by Sakiwo Matiwani. Next slide. Next. Right. The partnership, I am 30 years in the teaching profession, of which 12 years I have been serving as a principal of the school. I'm the husband for 22 years, also a father for 19 years now, and enjoy studying most of my time. My business leader, Mr. Charles Smedley, is 7 years at Absa Bank, and he has got experience of 27 years in the management. He is also married for 28 years. He's got 2 kids who are both at the university. We are both committed to support Paarl School of Skills, and therefore we aim to positively develop Paarl School of Skills and Paarl community. Next one. Right. We say welcome to Paarl School of Skills. As we enter the gates of the school, you see the board that says enter to learn. That's our main objective. And as we leave the school, we say live to serve the community. In the middle, you see our school emblem. Paarl School of Skills, progress through skills. We have an enrollment of 297 learners, of which, because we are a special school, so we serve special needs. The weighting of each learner is 2.5. If you see one learner, you see 2.5 learners in front of you. So you multiply that number by 297. Right. We are 18 staff members, including the principal, 1 deputy principal, 3 departmental heads, and 1 educator counselor. Class average is 20 for 1. Because we are a special school, we service both boys and girls from the age between 14 and 18 years. Okay, thank you. Our community. The first picture you see on the slide is now the main building front part of the Paarl School of Skills. The next one in the middle is a farm at the back of the school, which is owned by Mr. Thomas Paarl. Far right top is now Drakenstein APD. They are an NGO. Okay. The slides are upside down, sorry. That one far up there is now the squatter community, just opposite the school buildings. Right. Now, further down, left is now APD, Drakenstein APD is an NGO servicing the learner or the parents now, or adults who have got special needs as well. They offer exactly the same program that the Paarl School of Skills offers, but for the adults and also in the afternoons. Right, but they are situated on the school premises. Okay, the middle slide is now a brickfield company, Macmillan. They are situated right next to the school, not far from the school. The last but not least is also a company called Setchwells. Thank you. Next one. Yeah, SWOT analysis. We focus on the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and the threats. Our strengths, we feel we've got a sound foundation because we've been surviving for the past 16 years. We've got a really functioning governing body as well, the school management team. The school is surrounded by wealth segment. What do we mean by that? The previous slide showed that there's also a farm nearby the school as well as brickfields. These are different companies functioning independently on their own and these have got a lot of resources. Good. Weaknesses, we experience lack of funds. We have the poor parent community, and these are not really fully involved in the school activities. So there is poor parent involvement. Low staff morale due to overload. Yeah, ratio is 20:1, but I did mention each learner weighs 2.5. Yeah, and in between that, there is also something hidden that you do not know. Once a learner is presented in front of you, then you find out 2.5 is actually not 2.5, maybe it's 5 for this learner, due to the special need of that particular learner. Opportunities?
If I may say something, Mr. Matawane,
all right.
if you don't mind.
Yes.
Maybe just at this juncture, if I kind of rewind to last year, April, maybe March, April period, for the first time we met each other, it was, there was, I guess, a little bit of apprehension in the beginning because you don't know what you're walking into as a business owner and a partner of the principal. But I can honestly say the way that Mr. Matawane, Mr. Steyn, and his leadership team welcomed me into the organization was absolutely fantastic. So I must thank you for that. Thank you for the integrity. Thank you for the honesty in which you operated right from the start.
Thank you, sir.
Because I think that made it very meaningful for me to also connect with Mr. Matawane in a way that it got me to understand some of the challenges that he's facing on a day-to-day basis. So although he's sharing with you, the challenges, but sitting next to him around the table and him talking me through, these are the challenges that kids face on a day-to-day basis. Here are the challenges that kids face on the bus in the morning. He has to go early morning at 5 o'clock and open up the garage to unlock the doors for the buses to start rolling. It got me to get a sense of this is what he's experiencing on a day-to-day basis, which I think if you drive past the school, you'll never know. I think many people that actually drive past it probably don't even know about the school. But there's 300 kids with vocational skill sets that I think a lot of kids that finish university today don't even have. And we're missing the opportunity to say, how do we engage these kids and get them into the formal environment so they can start adding value in the economy. That I think is, you have a jewel in an environment which we're not maximizing, I can call it that. So I think we had quite several sessions at school to try to get a sense of what are really the burning platforms for the school. Is it transportation? Is it safety and security? Is it kids facing the social challenges at home? Is it about the materials in the storerooms? Because to run a vocational school, you need wood, you need metal, you need sand, you need bricks. If those supplies aren't there, the school can just as well close. And I think one of the fundamental challenges that the school faces, the kids go through school for 4 years. When they finish, only 10% get into the formal sector. 90% of the kids with skills are now sitting at home and they are subject to the same sort of challenges they grew up in. And I think there's an opportunity for all of us to say, is there a way we can bring these kids back into the formal setting? There must be opportunities beyond the ones they're facing. I was talking to Amanda now and she was saying, there's just another way we can build a pipeline into their organization because they need electricians, they need people that can work with their hand, etc. Because we're not mining those opportunities, I think, in the right way. So there's a lot more work, and I'm super excited to still be part of our conversation going forward, even though the PFP, phase might come to an end.
Yes.
But my commitment to you is I'd like to help you going forward. Okay, because I think there's huge opportunity for the school. So what we did was, we probably June, July last year, we set up a new ambition for the school. We looked at the financial situation, we realized the money was flowing into the school is not half enough to address the challenges that the school is facing. Our new ambition for 3 years from now is to double our income in the next 3 years, which is a huge ambition. We started our launch event of the partnership model with local communities, I think October, November last year. And just in that last period, we already achieved 30% increase in our income line for 6 months of a year. So I think in many ways, I see that as a huge positive. I see more business partners coming involved and wanting to be involved. And to me, that's that's a great story to help us realize that ambition. It shouldn't just be something that's on paper. And I actually think something can be rolled out to all the schools. This is not something that just can reside with Paarl School of Skills. So from an opportunity perspective, we really took that and said, how do we move this opportunity forward? But clearly, safety, security, the unemployment rate, and the ill discipline at school remains a challenge. But we've identified use cases that can actually help us solve that. So people that want to come in and say, I'm putting down X amount to help you solve your discipline, or you can put in security cameras to monitor kids more effectively, or to manage their inflow into the mornings and when they leave school. There are systems that can help you manage and govern that much more effectively. So that's the kind of the phase that we're kind of moving into going forward.
Okay, next slide. Right. We also participate in sporting activities, athletics, cricket, rugby, soccer, netball, as well as basketball. These are just pictures showing the learners in action. And some of the learners, because they are performing well, they represent the Boland team, as well as the Western Cape Province teams at the national level, both in cricket, netball, as well as in rugby. Okay, next slide. Job shadowing. Because we have joined partnership with Mr. Smedley, we're able to link with one of the local business people, and that was Mr. Nicky Kaiser, who owns the Caltex Fresh Stop in Paarl. So he offered the opportunity for our learners to visit the site so that the learners can experience, the group from the hospitality studies can experience how to prepare food and how to serve as well the clients from the real world of work. Okay.
I think just to add to this, part of this relationship with Caltex Fresh Shop was not only do the kids get the exposure in the convenience store, we also set up a separate program where there was about 40 or 50 kids that finished the final year, right?
Yes.
They all went through a program of training which dealt with customer service, safety and security, fuel attendant. So the kids are now qualifying. They actually got a separate certificate that said you can take that as part of your opportunity now to go source for new jobs, to say this is incremental to the role that you did at school. There's another certificate for you. So through Caltex, they managed to drive that initiative and hopefully enable the kids to qualify for jobs going forward.
Okay, I'm very excited. Success stories. For the first time, through partnership, we managed to hold our first event, Spring Dance, last year on the 1st of September. And with the help of Mr. Stein and Susan Arense, who's serving in the school governing body as the treasurer. That event was successfully organized and we made profit. 10,000 plus. Not interested in that, but we made money. All right, another event which was successful as well, the launch of strategic business partnership model. We invited business people who also joined us in an afternoon. Learners were in the classes. We introduced the school and we let them join the workshops. They could experience what the school is doing well and where the challenges were experienced in the various workshops. And some people had an interest in the school. That was held on the 2nd of November 2017. Yeah, the open and market day was held on the 25th of November. Yeah, this is where the parents are invited to school to view the work that has been done by the learners throughout the year. And they get a chance to appreciate the good work done by their children, as well as to buy the items from the workshop, but that is open for everybody to buy. It was successful. We also made profit. I may not now say how much we made, but we made a lot of money. Now, number 4, certificate award ceremony. It was also held on the same date. Okay, the school is situated on the farms. The school is not in the communities where the learners live. We're servicing Wellington, Agterpaarl, Paarl East, Klapmats, Franschhoek, Vermeshoek, and Stellenbosch. So we transport learners by buses. It is not easy for the parents to easily come to the institution. So we invite them, and they come in numbers to come to the award ceremony at the school. Once we finish with that ceremony, we also hold the open day. So it's 2 in 1, of which both were very successful. And for the first time, on the 16th of February 2018, we managed to hold successfully the Valentine's Ball. Thank you to Mr. Stein, Captain Stein, as well as to Susan Arense. Susan Arense is serving as a treasurer in the school governing body. So she manages monies out of the school and monies coming into the school. But she is so passionate to say, let's go an extra mile to try and support the school in terms of finance. There has been increase in the parent involvement in 2017 already, and we hope to sustain that in 2018 and further on. Also, we also need to develop sustainable local business partnership. We have started, but we hope to carry on with it. Thank you. I want to add? Fine. Learner Achievement Awards. This is also linked to the previous slide, where you see the learners, after they have received their certificates, we take photos. The next picture is, this is a group from the sewing workshop, clothing production. Yeah. The 4-year group in particular, they finished off last year. The learners conducted a fundraising effort throughout the year. And in that process, they collected X amount, and the teacher bought the sewing machines. And by the time they left the school, each learner received a sewing machine, and they were encouraged to start their own small business. Okay. Parent engagement, the market day, you can see these are the items. It's not everything in there. We have tried to summarize what is in there. It's a variety of items from the different workshops, but what you see on the screen is basically from the sewing workshop, this first picture, the second one on the right, also from the same workshop. Down here, you see parents enjoying themselves, buying hot dogs and cool drink from the stall, and the bottom one, far right, items from the metalwork workshop. You see there 2 tables, marble on the table. That granite was donated by one of the companies. The company specializes in making tabletops, and they donated the offcuts to the school. So partnership between metalwork workshop as well as building and plastering workshop, those tables were developed by the learners.
Do we have the date for this year's open day?
It's normally in November. If Saturday falls on the 24th, then it will be on the 24th. If it falls on the 26th, it will be on the 26th. It's right in November.
Please put in your calendars the 23rd or 24th of November. It's a must event to see and to experience. And if you have specific orders around what you want to have made, put it in now already. They can actually make it for the next over the next few months.
Thank you. Okay. And next slide, parents' engagement. Okay, that's just samples of the parents who attended the spring as well as the Valentine's Day event. You can see they were all happy. All right. Okay. Right. The external partners. All right. The first picture is Second Harvest. This company operates on the school premises. What they did, they approached the school and they developed a school hall as well as a kitchen, which was almost abandoned, and they support the early childhood development in the area. In that process, they also support the school in each and every function that we hold at school or we organize. The second one is Ipani, the group that finishes at the school. For the past 2 years, they have been absorbed by Isipani from the bricklaying and plastering workshop, some of them from the metalwork workshop. Fresh Stop, that's part of the Caltex Garage. The fuel attendant course was run by Mr. Mickey Kaiser, and he also organized the hampers for the learners. when we gave them the certificates on the awards certificate ceremony, which was held on the 25th of November. Right, far right, Afrimat. I'm proud to announce Afrimat has supported us since 2016. We got X amount, and in 2017, they continued and they gave us another amount. In 2016, 200,000. 2017, 100,000. January 2018 to March 2018, another 100,000. And they are continuing to support us in the near future. We are proud of them. Siaka Education Trust, I think 3 years ago, they supported the upgrading of the hospitality studies workshop as well as the metalwork workshop at the school. We want to sustain that. It must not be a once-off event. They must carry on to support us. JVZ Construction, these are now the empowerment opportunities that they offer to the learners at the school. They work hand in hand with the Isipani. Those learners who could not go to Isipani were absorbed at the JVZ Construction. Right. The Partners for Possibilities. I'm proud to brag about the lady next to me, Mrs. Jessica Bartz. She approached the school. She made time. I was busy, and she waited at the foyer. She came to the office to introduce herself. And now, here is the end result of what she introduced to me. I did not know her, but there was trust between me and her. And out of that, Mr. Smedley was introduced, and now these are the end result of what we're doing. And we're saying we've just started. Let us join hands and run together up to the end. All right?
It's the middle result, it's not the end.
I don't. Oh, yes, I hope so. Okay. The principal was offered a training together with a business partner in leadership and management. The training is well organized and it is run by professionals and it is focused to the leadership and management of the schools, of which we benefited at the school. It had an impact on the way I handled things before and how I handle them now. It also had a positive impact on the staff morale and attitudes regarding what I introduce and present to them. The last but not least, I'm bragging, he's still standing next to me. He has sacrificed his time and he has been at the school. He works under tight schedule. He drives a lot around Cape Town and he flies a lot to Gauteng province. But in between that, he was never unavailable to come and help us. This is none other than Mr. Charles Medley. External partners, continue. Right, you see in there, this is the day we held the strategic partnership launch at the school. And now we are this team. It's me, the first person. The second person is Mr. Oscar Papendorf. He is the school's business consultant now. The third person is now the golden lady, Mrs. Jessica Bartz. She is representing Partners for Possibilities. The other person next to her, Mr. Mickey Kaiser, he is representing Caltex Garage, Fresh Stop in Paarl. The lady in red, she is Miss Cecil Silius. She is the one who pumps money into the institution from Afrimat. Right. The last but not least, again, Mr. Smedley, the business partner. Right. Yeah, it is my pleasure to thank and acknowledge the following. Partners for Possibilities, Mrs. Jessica Bartz, business partner, Mr. Charles Medley and APSA, Afrimat, Mrs. Cecil Silias and Mr. Oscar Papendorf, Caldex Fresh Stop Paarl, Mr. Mickey Kaiser, Energy Omega Oils. They have donated after the launch that we held at school. The outcome of that, this gentleman became interested in the school and he donated 60,000 rand to buy the machinery for the metalwork workshop. The machine had been delivered is right in the workshop now. If you want to see it, please join my school. Right, okay. SGB of Paarl School of Skills, they are not all here, but here is Captain Stein as well as Susan Arense. Thank you very much for understanding. Thank you very much for your support. Let us not stop now. Let us carry on with the good work and show the others that together we can make it. SMT of Paarl School of Skills, they are very understanding. They are really excited about the project and they have got energy. They want to run with me. Okay. Staff members as well, the attitude has developed positively. They are looking forward to support the school. Parents, yeah, because we servicing the poorest, the poor of the poorest. The parent community would like to support the school, but most of them are unemployed. So they would like to help, but they don't have money. But we really appreciate the support that they give to the learners at the school. The last but not least, the media, Paarl Post, local Paarl Post, whenever we have got an event, they would come in, take some photos, and then distribute them to their communities. Thank you so much for affording us this opportunity. Do you want to add? Yeah. Thank you, Jessica.